is our first day at camp. The students are so excited. They just arrived from 4 to 6 different high schools. They've gotten onto this campus at Fresno Pacific University. It's beautiful, and they just checked into their dorm. So they're just waiting to see kind of what it's about right now. But we'll be kicking off with dinner. We have our keynote speaker tonight with Dr. Gregory Lomack.
Begin to surround yourself with beautiful things. Pictures, get magazines.
I'm sure by tonight they're going to start coming out of their shells. They start to see that they're going to make friends, and they're going to like some of the information that they're hearing, and they'll get motivated to get up bright and early tomorrow and start all over again.
Hoping you guys learn and develop, and then hopefully make the right choices in life and grow from here on out.
Teamwork. Teamwork. Make the what?
Dream work.
Make the dream work. That's right.
A lot of students don't know each other coming in, so we try to get activities, different games that will help connect them and help break down those different barriers. It's just another way of us building that connection with the kids on their first time they're coming in.
3, 2, 1. Everybody stop! Everybody stop! Everybody stop!
We're here day 2 at the CALI College Bootcamp. We go into our first session, which is the career assessments.
Raise your hand if you guys scored high in investigative.
It was pretty much just a test saying like what we enjoyed to do for ourselves, and like we just picked from strongly dislike to very much like it and everything in between that.
After the what is your purpose workshop, we're going to go into the college workshop.
I'm going to give you some basic information so at least you can know there are options. There are things out there like financial aid. How many people heard of financial aid?
So that's when Mr. Davion Baker is going to explain what community college is, 4-year UCs, and explain the whole college system, so they have a better understanding on what the different steps are to get there, as well as what to expect when they get there.
Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible.
Give yourself a round of applause.
So at the banquet, we took the guys and the gals and we separated them, and we had a facilitated conversation with the females about what it is to be a female and all about sisterhood.
Sisterhood to me means a group of girls that just always want to bring each other up if you're feeling down.
We also talked about like what being a woman meant, and we all had different definitions of what a woman was.
And trust, and you could rely on them for things that you can't do.
I'm good with you. You better drink it too.
The banquet was powerful. There was almost about 30 to 35 young men and wise men. I don't want to call them old men, I call them wise men. And we just talked about what it meant to be a man, what manhood really looked like. And we had young men in there being able to express their feelings, and men who didn't know that that was possible or doable or actually okay. We had young men in there who shed tears, who were able to get things off their hearts and their chests that they were holding on to. People releasing pain, people releasing hurt, and it was a beautiful thing.
I know myself, I did say some pretty big things that happened. Just the ability to share that with everybody else, including the adults in the room, the older men and the young men like myself, it kind of just like, it was amazing.
We weren't there to judge nor make fun of. We were there to listen and, give either feedback or just to give, like, as you would say, like, to let them know that we're there. It made me feel good about, okay, I could express even more about myself, about what I was dealing with and what I was going through and what I was, like, here for.
Power of words, right? But something else, trip on this a little bit, the power of silence. I'm gonna say no to some things that'll feel good, but are gonna hold me back from the big dreams, right? Because I'm gonna be gratified later.
I will share with you this poem. It's an exercise I learned, and it helps us to create our own story of where we're from.
The poetry thing we just did, it was open poetry, and for the brave people who want to present it, presented it about themselves. The tempo is pretty much just about like where I'm from, like who I am, my own self-identity. Shea moisture and coconut oil and wallpaper from the 70s that's still barely hanging on the walls.
The focus of the day is them getting in their groups and collaborating with one another to come up with a project to to present to a panel. The focus of the projects are the things that they've learned throughout the entire time here at camp.
Mission is like the goal you want to get to with your vision, and then your purpose is like why you're going there.
Throughout our time at the College and Career Bootcamp, we were able to experience ways to discover our missions and visions. It is important to develop your mission, vision, and your future goals.
The entire weekend was just amazing. It's just undescribable. I can't. There's nothing that I've lived through that has been as good as this.
It's really something that you can look forward to going to. Is inspirational, and it's a lot of powerful women and men here.
It's a really great feeling. You know, you meet new people. For someone that tells me that, you know, it looks interesting, that they want to do it, I would say go for it. I recommend it. It creates like new doors to be open to where like you could become someone better than what you were before.
It really helps you get out of your box and really try something new instead of just always doing the same thing over and over again.
We value you.
Believing in yourself is like the most meaningful thing I've gotten from like all the speakers.
It's really given us all a great opportunity to explore our horizons and give us more options that we would have never thought of before this camp.
I would like to thank the Walter S. Johnson Foundation for their funding support to make our camp possible. They have a very strong mission in helping youth, and in particular at-risk youth and foster care youth. And we really appreciate that they took the time to come to the Central Valley and fund us. I want to thank all the partners that made this camp possible.